Well, what's up, everyone? This is Gail Dudley, and it is time for some news in motion. Today is Wednesday, people. It is Wednesday, May the 4th, 2022, and it's time for today's headlines. We have so much news that is swirling around, in and out, up and down. There's so many briefs and alerts to look at and read and to connect the dots. We're here to do the best that we can to make sure you are armed with the resources and the information to go out and to share with other people. So come on in the room. Let me know who's in here. I want to give some quick shout outs to those who are rolling up in here early. I see you, Camille Hopkins. Good morning to you. I see you, Regina Shorts. I see you, Marion Jackson. And I see you, Deborah Johnson. Y'all, it is a great day to be alive, is it not? We have so much work to do. And right here on News in Motion, we are, as you know, we are a grassroots news organization. We are also an aggregated news that we pull media information from all the different press releases and alerts that we receive. And what I do is I give relevant commentary with the call to action. And of course, it is mixed with the inspirational message. That's what happens here. I was talking with Deborah Johnson last week, and we were talking about the education that comes forward. And so many of you are talking about the education piece of what it is that we do. And that's what we pride ourselves on. I'm happy to report many of the students yesterday, as well as the staff and teachers, were saying the information that was received yesterday is exactly what they needed. And they're teaching the high schoolers how to go to the source, how to vet the source, how to look at the information that's been shared. And that's what I pride myself on, y'all. And I get so excited about it. I helped many of you yesterday. And I'm so glad that I'm able to be in that role and to do some of those things. I see some of you coming in here. Camille Jones, Shirley Nicholson, Latrice Jones. What's up, girlfriend? Diane Ladybug, Deborah Sneed, Pastor, Doctor, Prophetess, Anita Overflow Dawson, and Dana. Dana is also a minister, y'all. I believe she might be a pastor now, so give her a shout out. Diane Ladybug said, May the 4th be with you. I see you, Mary Owens from LinkedIn, and Dr. Antoinette, and Jacqueline, and Nicole Burton. And Latrice Jones said, y'all share this video. Y'all share this video. I also see Adrian and Davia. What's up, girl? Did you get back in time? Shardinia. I see Camille Jones as well. I see y'all rolling up in here, and I'm so excited about it. Y'all, we have a lot to talk about today. We have a lot to talk about today. I talked about the students real quick, and I'm going to give you another message that I received. And I want to read this to you before we go to the intro. It says, good evening. They sent this on yesterday evening. I want to say thank you for everything you have poured into us while on News in Motion in reference to voting. Today, I worked at the polls and I was able to help and she got S and a lot of O's, many people with voting information. There were so many people who did not understand the primary election from the general election. They were looking for both parties on the ballot. I haven't worked the polls in years, but, she capitalized but, because of News in Motion, I signed up again this election, and I am so glad that I did and was better informed to assist with others. I love the seasoned saints who pushed their way through the stormy weather to cast their vote, and she's right here in Ohio. She says, please keep doing what God has led you to do. You are amazing, y'all. That is from Yvonne Gardner. And I just want to say thank you for taking the time to send me that message, because those things keep us going. I'm so excited about what we were seeing, but also many of you saw my Facebook post yesterday, this big sign when I walked in the room. And so many of you are like, here we go. This is what's happening. And I'm in Delaware County in Central Ohio. But the other thing that I noticed when I went in that room, there was no one who looked like me. And I said, this is a problem. This is a problem. And I've tried several times to sign up to be a poll worker here in this area, because now they're doing, I believe, on purpose. And I'm hoping that there are representatives to hear me, who will read the emails that I've sent them, who will respond to the voicemails that I've left them, to say, if there's a shortage in poll workers, don't keep people in their immediate area. Because what I find in my area in Delaware County, the polling locations are already stacked. And so there's nowhere for me to go. But when I know that there are other polling locations in Central Ohio that need people, I've been what you called, and others, blocked out. We've been locked out. So I'm hoping that if more of us send that message and have those conversations, that they would open it up, because that's a disparity within itself. Yes, 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 yes. Good morning, Kelly. All right, y'all, let's get this news started. I see Nikki Burton put in the chat that where she voted, no one looked like her. And I think it does make a difference that when people roll in or come up into a polling location, that they are met with someone who looks like them. You're probably saying, man, she's pumped today. Well, y'all, yesterday I had no sleep. All the news that was coming forward, I had no sleep. But last night before I went to bed, I got some good news. Y'all, got some good news. Ohio is about to be on and popping, and I'm excited about it. Why? We are really positioned here in Ohio to turn it from red to blue. Hello, somebody. And we're also positioned. Yep, I'm telling y'all where I'm going this election in the midterm. I'm also pumped. Nan, just go and call me up, Nan. I'm ready to get on your campaign trail. Let's do this thing. Y'all, we are also positioned to have the first woman governor, and I think it can happen. The leak may help places like Ohio. Hello, somebody. I'm so pumped. I've already sent the email. Y'all need a staff member. You need a team member. You need somebody to help you with messaging. Call me, Nan Whaley. Call me. Y'all, she's a former Dayton mayor, the mayor of Dayton, and she is ready for this race. The wine, you may have your cronies with you, but I think you better do something. I'm gonna have to call you Buttercup. Y'all, I noticed that Governor DeWine did not participate in any debates. You're gonna have to debate this time, brother. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Listen, y'all. It's about to be on and popping. Tim Ryan also came forward. Want to just give a shout out to Morgan Harper, who continues to do the work. And she's really trying to change the establishment here in Central Ohio, and across Ohio. And kudos to you for the work that you're doing. You left one campaign after Congresswoman Joyce Beatty won her district again, District 3, a couple years ago. You came back out here running for the Senate race, the U.S. Senate race from the seat with Rod Portman, and you did very well. And now I know, and if she's listening or if someone knows her, let her know. I know she's about to do some great things. And she's young, and she still has the fire. And I think she's learning as she's growing, and she's grown. Yeah, she's an attorney. She's the bomb.com. So we just want to say kudos to you for your work. Y'all, Tim Ryan is the Democratic nominee, and he'll be going up against the capitalist J.D. Vance, which is well, he's not really a Trump supporter, and there's all these commercials that says that he isn't, but Trump endorsed him, so there's no telling what's going to happen there. But I even think Tim Ryan can pull this out. Y'all, I believe we're about to flip Ohio to blue. That's what I'm thinking. But listen, y'all, all hands have to be on deck, not just in Ohio, but everywhere. Regardless of your politics, regardless of your affiliation, we have work to do. We hear what's happening. And all the spins that are going on right now, we hear what's happening. John Gore said, oh, wait, just say, it's like, call me, Nan, call me. Nikki Burton says, kudos to Morgan Harper. Yes, for real. Cherie, good morning to you. Latrice says, there were a few judges in Franklin County who switched party. Interesting. And that's what's happening also. People are switching parties. Let me talk about, some of you were wondering, what was I doing yesterday when I said I was going to go in and ask for another ticket? Now, you have to do this with caution. Now, I I see what's happening. And what I did, I wasn't the only one who did it. No, I wasn't the only one, because the man who was behind me said, I know what you're doing, because I hesitated. I didn't know which ballot I wanted to ask for. And I hesitated, and I went with the other one. And when I went with the other one, the man behind me said, I'm about to do the same thing. He goes, you gave me confidence to do it. He said, I saw your hesitation. I'm like, first of all, you too close. If you heard that conversation, 6 feet back the heck up. And then when he ended up being like next to me when we were voting. He said, I'm doing the same thing you doing. Then he leans over, like, who's this person? I said, if you haven't done your research, I can't help you, brother. You should have done your research. So what did I do? I did this also in the primaries when it came to the presidential election. I look and see what the early results are, because you can't find those things. I look to see like those who did the early voting. And I get a temperature of what's happening. And then I said, So I went with the other person against J.D. Vance. I did. I went with the other person and found out when they were doing some interviews, a lot of people did that, trying to knock out J.D. Vance. And he had to run for his money on yesterday. He did. Now, should you do that? You got to do that cautiously. You do. And I had a strategic plan on what it is I'm doing. Now in the midterms, I'm going all the other way. Okay. So, but you have to really balance that. And that's looking at all the statistics, all the analyzing, everything. You have to have the wherewithal to do that. And I'm sure all of us can learn how to do that. And we just have to go. Anita says shift. Tracy Newman, good morning. Elizabeth Towns, good morning, girlfriend. Yeah, Latrice, I said, back up, brother. You too close. You too close. I also think he was trying to hit on me too, because after he said, he goes, by the way, you look very nice. I went, okay, it's raining. Get in your car because I'm getting in mine. There's that. So y'all, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Again, that's understanding the candidates, understanding their morals and values, understanding what they stand for. Here's another little nugget I'll give you. I believe J.D. Vance, prior to Trump support, where he said he may have to hold his nose and vote for Hillary Clinton, I believe he did. And I'm about to find out if he did or didn't. I'll let y'all know. And just everything that he said up to that point. And I'm thinking, going to Latrice Jones' comment, where people switch parties, I think people are switching parties to get in. I really believe that's happening. When I look at somebody like Manchin, I'm like, where are you really? Where do you really stand? What's really happening here? Krista Sinema, same thing. Where are you? What are you really doing? So y'all, you have to then, this is the importance of doing your research on these candidates, looking at how they voted in the past. I don't tell y'all this. Y'all, when I speak and share these things with you, I've done these things. I took time. My husband was laughing. He said, how long are you going to work on that ballot before you leave to go vote? I said, I'm looking at everything I need to look at. And I have been watching them. I have been studying them. I've been looking at their sound bites, listening to their sound bites, looking at their voting record, seeing where they switch things up. And I pay attention to those things. Y'all, yep, Kim Evanson, is called politics. It's called politics. Them folks ain't loyal. No, they're not. All right, so here to the link to the leaked documents. For those of you who may not have heard, the opinion draft that was leaked yesterday has been authenticated by Chief Justice John Roberts, and a probe has been launched to uncover its source. Now, in a statement, Justice Roberts said, to the extent this betrayal of the confidences of the court was intended to undermine the integrity of our operations, it will not succeed. Yeah, that's some real serious justice language, because I read that several times, like, this makes no sense. But it makes sense to the justices. And then it goes on to say the work of the court will not be affected in any way. And I received that press release, and that's exactly how it reads. And if you're wondering what I'm saying, I'll say it again. He says, to the extent this betrayal of the confidences of the court was intended to undermine the integrity of our operations, it will not succeed. He should have said, y'all tried to undermine us. It's not going to succeed. Layman terms, man, layman terms, because we all don't understand what you're saying. But that's what he said, and he's a justice. He's been through all those schools, so I'm gonna have to go with it, okay? All right, y'all. Senator Susan Collins, what is up with her? She had to put out her own statement, and because she's run, y'all know she's running, right? She had to put out her own statement. Susan Collins said on Tuesday that the Supreme Court draft opinion that would overturn Roe v. Wade, published by Politico, was completely inconsistent with what Justice Neil Gorsuch, and Justice Brett Kavanaugh said in their hearings and in our meetings in my office. Egg on your face. We tried to tell you. They lying to you, Susan. They lying. She goes on to say, if this leaked draft opinion is the final decision and this reporting is accurate, it would be completely inconsistent with what Justice Gorsuch and Justice Kavanaugh said in their hearing. And then she repeated again, and in my office. First of all, we know that's a soundbite. We also know that somebody wrote that for you. You said it in the same interview twice, back to back in your statement. They lied to you, and you know they lied to you. Now you're just trying to figure out how you're going to finagle this. Good luck, Susan. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer announced plans to initiate a Senate vote to codify Roe v. Wade in legislation to affirm abortion access in all states. But there's a but. We got Manchin. We don't know where Manchin stands. He will need 60 votes to pass, and less than 50 senators voted for pro-choice legislation earlier this year. You can do it if you want to, but we need to figure out how to get out here and vote and make our voices heard. Hello, somebody. Listen, strategically, I'm going to roll out. News in Motion is going to have their official statement. Yes, we are. I'm so excited about it. We're going to roll out next week, next Tuesday to be exact. We're going to roll out what it would look like to have a strategic vote. Now, doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to lay this thing out. And I'm also happy to report and to announce right here, my next book is coming out. It's going to be pushed back to July, probably around my birthday. Maybe I can have a birthday bash around it. Hello, Davia. A birthday bash around it. And the book is called People, Politics, and Prayer. Y'all, it is, I read through what I've written so far, and it's really done. I read through and I said, I buy this book. Listen. My goal is to be on the top 10 bestseller list in New York. Hello, somebody. Are y'all going to help me? Are y'all going to help me do it? I'm so excited about this book. It's a little different from my prayer books and dealing with ministry, but ministry is still in this book. What? Say what? Where are you, Camille Pleasant? Camille Hopkins. I keep wanting to call her by her maiden name. Camille Hopkins. That's not all, y'all. Book 2 is going to come out in September. What is it going to be called? Inspirational Messages with News in Motion. Gail Dudley. Hello, somebody. Y'all, Holy Week got me real holy, and I'm all ready to go all in. Who's with me? Who's with me? I'm so excited about it. What? Book 3? Yeah, I decided to help all of you self-publishers out there. And book 3 is going to come out in December 2022. Hello, somebody. I'm pumped. It's ready to go. God said the time is now. I told y'all you need to have multiple streams of income. I told y'all when you get debt free, I made it, y'all, Easter too. Yes, I did. I became debt free on Easter too. Now I'm listening to Kim Edmondson, who's helping me with wealth building. Hello, somebody. This is how we work. This helps us. When you don't have the stress of negative equity and debt and student loans and all that stuff, when you don't have that, you kind of like shake yourself free to do the other things you need to do. Y'all, the time is now, and God is about to open up the windows of heaven, and he's already doing it, but many, many more blessings are coming your way. You better go ahead and get in position to receive it. Listen, don't hate with what I just shared. See, when you celebrate what somebody else is doing, y'all, because the blessings are in this room, you too about to get blessed. So go on and receive it. I pray those things for you. Listen, if it happened for a nappy-headed girl like me, it can definitely happen for you as well. All right, y'all. Kenny Stanley's rolling up in here with a little bit on Game Over. And I'm coming back because I got some other news to share with you, and you don't want to miss it. So come on up in here, Kenny. Come on up in here, Kenny. Did he leave? Did he leave? Hey, we're not going to do the intro, but go ahead, Kenny.
That's
take
okay.
It away.
That's okay. What's happening? How y'all doing this morning, News in Motion family? Welcome to Game Over with me, Kenny Stanley. Hey, I told y'all this daggone NBA thing, these boys is balling. Look, I told y'all that Memphis is not to be played with. I picked Golden State in 6, but from the looks of it, it may go 7. Pastor Freddie Haynes from Texas, he came to Mount Olivet about a month ago, and he preached a sermon called "Mama, There Goes That Man." Let me tell y'all something about Ja Morant. Mama, there goes that man. Ja Morant dropped 47 last night on Golden State as they evened up the series 1-1 and Memphis beat Golden State 106-101. Man, these boys is balling. These young boys are not to be played with. The NBA better be on notice. They trying to win it now. Boston said, hold on a minute. Don't get a defending champs another championship yet. You got something to say. They evened up their series against Milwaukee with almost a reverse score from Sunday. Boston won last night 109-86. Hey, that daggone Jason Tatum and that Jaylen Brown, them young boys is balling. Jaylen Brown led Boston with 30. Jason Tatum backed him up with 29 points. Hey, these games are going in. I can't wait to see what happened tonight. I want to see if the games tonight going to be just as good as they were last night. In Major League Baseball, I am so mad at my Cincinnati Reds for letting this man go. Let's give it up for Dusty Baker as he got his 2000th victory as a manager last night in their victory. So give it up for Dusty Baker. Love that dude. The Reds messed up when they let him go. In the NHL playoffs, Adrian, your Pittsburgh Penguins, they run an overtime thriller, 3 overtime thriller, matter of fact, as they they topped the New York Rangers 4-3. Hey, the Washington Capitals told the top seeded Florida Panthers, hey, don't come in here thinking we just some pushovers. They came out last night and they won the game 4-2 to take a 1-0 lead over the Eastern Conference champs. Colorado, the Western Conference champs, they smashed the Nashville Predators 7-2, and Calgary beat Dallas 1-0. So, hey, that's sports for the day. Back to the Gail with some more news. Game over.
Game over. All right. Thank you. And you brought it all the way too. I see that it's in the air. It's in the air. Thank you
in the air.
For all that you do.
All right. Thank you. I'll holler at y'all later. See y'all Monday.
See you Monday. See you Monday. All right, y'all. Listen, collaboration. I think Nikki is still on here. Guess who's doing the book cover of People, Politics, and Prayer? That would be Nikki Burton. Nikki Burton, you still on here? At least wave your hand or something. Y'all, I was her second customer when she launched her business. And I was thinking about it. I still have some of her previous things from when I first bought. Actually, I think I have all of the things that I purchased from her. And I was praying, and it was God just dropped in my spirit. Let Nikki do that cover. I also see on here that Deborah Johnson, and she did share this with me last week. She has a book that's dropping this month, the end of this month. So we want to support her as well. Nikki said, hey, she's on here. All right, y'all, what Kenny did not cover, but we want to say this. Brittany Griner. Yeah. May 19th is just around the corner. Now, all of a sudden, the U.S. government reclassified WNBA player Brittany Griner's detention in Russia as wrongfully detained on yesterday, nearly 3 months after the star was arrested on alleged drug charges. Yeah, now y'all gonna do that. So now that they have reclassified her, the change means the special envoy of hostage affairs will take over the case and take targeted steps to negotiate her release without waiting for the case to go through Russian courts. Y'all, today is May 4th, right? The 19th? Okay, all right. Can y'all bring her home today, then? since y'all just want to like perpetrate and, stay at grandstand, all that stuff. All right, whatever. Now, y'all, here's what I love, though. The WNBA announced that Griner's initials and jersey number will be displayed on all courts this season, which will begin this Friday. Griner, who plays for the Phoenix Mercury, is a 2-time gold medalist and 7-time WNBA All-Star. All right, y'all, our very own viewer, Paige Dixon from Texas. I don't know if Paige is on here or not, but she has sued the Louisville Independent School District. This is Spectrum News 1 in Louisville, Texas, that report. They say that a fair representation on the public school board is in question as a local mom, who is our own Paige Dixon, takes on North Texas School District to court. According to the suit filed in federal court, Paige Dixon of Louisville argues that Louisville Independent School District and its board of trustees are in violation of Voting Rights Act of 1965 because their current system of seating members, she believes, denies equal representation to people of color. So all of that's happening. She talks about the community. She says the district covers 127 square miles and includes portions of 13 different cities and towns. That large footprint brings it to a very diverse population from widely varying economic and racial backgrounds. According to the district's 2021-22 profile, only 38.8% of the student population is white, 30.5% being Hispanic, and 15% Asian. The profile also describes that 33.7% of the student population is economically disadvantaged. She goes on and says that she has discovered many of the issues facing students in her son's school and others like them were not being represented on the school board because there was no one from those communities at the board table. Now, she says, we are seeking higher disciplinary rates for students of color where we see less money being spent per student. Now, her attorney, Bill Breyer, says that he's seen an issue come up in a number of Texas school districts which have grown very large and diverse, but there isn't reflected in the school board membership due to, he believes, those at large voting systems, which allows anyone from any neighborhood in the district to run for any of the seats on the board, and likewise anyone to vote for any seat in the district. You're probably saying, why are you reading all this to us? Because this is important. And since when I got their press release, I have to read it pretty much verbatim. I can't put in my own stuff. Here's the final quote. This is from her attorney. He says that means that if you have a voting block that is involved, turns out as the ballot box, that group can control the election of all 7 seats. So they're saying it's set up that is controlling all the seats of the election on purpose. Y'all, NewsInMotion, let's show her some love. Her name is Paige Dixon. Go to her Facebook wall. She has this, actually the entire article posted on her wall. Send her words of encouragement. All right, yeah, hold them accountable, Paige. I'm with you, Kim. All right, jobs. The Bureau of Labor Statistics released Tuesday that employers showed 11.5 million jobs opening in March, while 4.5 million Americans voluntarily quit their jobs. The Great Resignation. Both numbers are the highest on record. Somebody say highest. Just put in the chat highest. Y'all, the total number of separations, including quits, layoffs, and discharges, that was up 6.3 million from the 6.1 million in February. It's happening right now, right before our very eyes. Y'all, Isaiah will post a link in the chat so you can read the full report. Why am I posting it? I think you need to have a greater understanding and not just listening to the words that I speak. Why? Because jobs and salary and minimum wage, it's on the ballot come midterms. It may not be listed on the ballot as jobs and income and minimum wage, but it comes along with the individuals who are running for these offices. Hello, somebody. We pride ourselves on wanting to do education here. So this is what we're doing. So you see that link is in there. All right. The Bureau of Labor Statistics showed there are 2 job openings for every unemployed person. Analysts say employers could continue to raise wages to draw in workers, fueling rising inflation. Wages and salaries have increased 4.7% in a 12-month period ending in March, While inflation, y'all look at these numbers. I just said 4.7%. While inflation hits 8.5% for the same time period. Y'all, this is on the ballot. This is on the ballot. Let's talk about money before we get up out of here. Y'all, CNBC reports Starbucks top earnings estimate a quarterly same-store sale increase of 7%. Somebody say 7%. Y'all know, y'all can read between the line. If you're drinking Starbucks, what? You need to be an investor. I'm not telling y'all what to invest in or how to invest in. You got to follow the money, follow the money. CNBC also reports that BP takes a $25 billion, that's with a B, loss from exit of Russia holdings, but core business top earnings expected. Y'all, Yahoo Finance reports Airbnb, 70% revenue growth. Somebody say growth on record bookings, higher nightly rates. It surpasses. Somebody say surpasses 100 million nights booked in the first quarter for the first time. Hello, somebody. You got an extra room in your house. You got an extra home. We're talking about wealth building, people. Listen, if you want to be to the table, you got to play the game. Y'all, Wall Street Journal is reporting that Elon Musk, here he comes, y'all, follow the money, follow the dots, told potential investors. What? Potential investors? Don't you still have some investors? Well, listen, he's telling potential investors that he could take Twitter public again. What? So people started asking, did he mean Twitter or does he mean Tesla? Well, now he also has Tesla homes. Y'all, the boy, you better now. We may not like Elon Musk. We think he's a little cuckoo. But listen, there's some brilliance there too. Yeah, I'm starting to believe that brilliant people are little. And I'm being that too because I think I'm brilliant. So I might be a little off as well. Hello, somebody. But y'all, now he's doing Tesla homes. You know, I think sometimes we need to stop talking about people. I want to talk about them for a little bit longer, though. We need to stop talking about them and see what they're doing and see how we can become a part of it. It doesn't make sense. And his car is the bomb. Anyway, The Verge is reporting the SEC is beefing up its crypto oversight unit by nearly doubling the numbers of positions. What? What's going on? There's a lot going on. All right, y'all, this happened. I'm going to get to the inspirational message. And I'm going to try real hard not to laugh. Los Angeles KABC, also known as ABC7, comedian Dave Chappelle was attacked on stage at the Hollywood Bowl last night. A man who tackled him during his performance. Now, comedian Chris Rock, he was at the same comedy fest who performed earlier that night, came on stage with Dave Chappelle moments after the attack and joked, was that Will Smith? I know y'all, it's too soon, but that is hell of hilarious. And I did say hell of hilarious. I read that and busted out laughing. I said, let me see if that's the truth. It does say it's true that did happen. Los Angeles police confirmed to Eyewitness News that they responded to an incident at Hollywood Bowl around 10:45 p.m. last night, and a man who was reportedly armed with a gun and a knife was taken into custody. I heard that Chappelle really laid him out because they tussled on the stage for a moment. But I have a question. Where is security? Where is security? That man shouldn't have been able to get on stage. He shouldn't have been able to get that close. It appears that Chappelle was uninjured from the attack, and video posted to social media showed him continuing on with the show. All right, inspirational message, y'all. We're in, but not up. We're in, but not of. John 15:18-20 says, if the world hates you, keep in mind that it hate me first. If you belong to the world, it will love you as its own. As it is, you do not belong to the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. That is why the world hates you. Remember what I told you. A servant is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they're going to persecute you also. If they obey my teaching, they will obey yours also. Listen. Yesterday, I report the news. I didn't tell you if I was for or against what was happening there at the Supreme Court and the opinion draft or what may come out later. Because why? I'm just reporting the news. But listen, if anybody needs to know this, I'll tell you right now, I am pro-life from birth all the way to adulthood. Food insecurity, pro-life. Gun control, pro-life. Black Lives Matter, pro-life. Murder of our black and brown brothers, I am pro-life. I am pro-life all the way around, if you really need to know. Look, I am in the world, but not of the world. That's not going to happen. So if God tells me to stand up for what's right, I'm going to stand up for what's right. But it's how God's going to direct me and lead me to say things. And you should do the same. You should think about everything and all the platforms you're on and the words that you're speaking and how you're sharing it. You're like, I got to get this out. I got to teach this. I got to use this. I got to move this way. I got to flow this way. But you got to remember, I'm in, but not of. Look, the world's going to hate us. Why? Because we're different. We are crazy different, and I love it. Keep in mind that they hated Jesus first. And if you're just now joining me for the first time, I understand that that all of you are not believers. And that's why we see a drop in numbers when we get to this part, but that's okay. But let me just encourage you. You may not want the scripture, but trust me, and everything that I say is something that you can deposit into your life and use every day with or without the scripture reference. But let me keep going. If you belong to the world, it would love you as its own. They will open up arms and take you in. That's when we got to start questioning some things. Why do you love me? Do you love me because I'm in the world, or do you love me because I'm not of the world? That's the question. As you do not, as it is, you do not belong to the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. We have been chosen. We have been called, which means, again, we are different. That is why people hate on you. You know, that should be a new thing for us. Oh, you hate me? Then I must have it going on. You hate me? I must be in the arms of my Jesus. You hate me? Thanks for letting me know. You're letting me know that I'm walking in the divine assignment of my Lord. Hello, somebody. I've been chosen, which is a big deal. It's a time for celebration. Again, remember what I told you. A servant is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they're going to persecute you. They're going to lie on you. They're going to gossip about you. They're going to say, what's she doing? What's he doing? Who does she think she is? Who does he think he is? And you guys, I don't know what you thinking, but I'm a child of the Most High God. Hello, somebody. So go on and hate me because you just told me that I really got it going on. Yeah. Obey God's teaching, y'all. Obey God's teaching, and they will obey ours also. All right, y'all. Until tomorrow, I'm Gail Dudley. Do what I say do. Stay well, y'all. The numbers are going back up. They are. They're not telling you, but they are. I got my mask. Y'all, and you know what? Make some bold moves. I'm out.